More significant AI news this week from across the spectrum, this time from News Corp, which is a company that owns the Wall Street Journal and Fox News. It's made a deal with OpenAI, the parent company of ChatGPT, which will allow OpenAI to use content from News Corp's newspapers when users ask for information. The deal only covers some of News Corp's newspapers around the world, including the US, UK, and Australia. OpenAI will get access to current and old articles from major newspapers like the Wall Street Journal, Barron's, MarketWatch, the New York Post, and the Times, just to name a few. The deal is said to be worth more than $250 million. What are your thoughts?
It's interesting here as more news companies do pivot to using OpenAI. News Corp isn't the only company that's been using this, and certainly even the AP, going back more than a decade, has been using artificial intelligence technology to write actual data-driven stories. So I think it's the first time that we're starting to hear some of these major publications on the record saying that they are turning to this technology, as it's obviously a very hot topic of conversation and sells news to benefit their own business, which we know a lot of these companies, media has been a hard business to be profitable in of late.
Newspapers have shed more than a third of newspapers since 2015. The Washington Post this week just said we want AI to be incorporated in everything. That will involve certainly some job losses. I think this is ultimately great news because of the financial shape of newspapers. We need them to maintain information and coverage.
Yeah.
So if OpenAI, if this artificial intelligence boom can help prop up some of these newspapers, that's fantastic news for democracy, quite frankly.
I think the biggest question here is ethics, right? Because journalism will tell you, writing will tell you, and Hollywood, as we'll get to in a moment, and as we've been talking about, will tell you that ethics need to play a role in this. And so if journalistic operations feel comfortable using AI for good, I think it is a sign of approval, a major sign of approval for that technology.
Maybe more of a sign of desperation from the newspaper standpoint, and certainly some guardrails will be needed.
Yeah.
Who applies those guardrails? Who knows?